Hi.
What do you need?
You alright? I assume we're very high up, but we can't really see it from where we are. I saw that Mr. House was over in one place. I just don't want to quite go over there. There's lots of pre-war money. Lots of books. Okay. Cool. Neat. Let's...
Your move, Green.
I'm not... Oh. Okay. Huh. I'm guessing that's him. Right, and this goes back over here. And that would go through there. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that does. Hi.
You've been a busy courier, haven't you? You take your obligation to deliver a package very seriously, an ethic for which I am grateful. I will admit, when you ignored my invitation, I predicted negative outcomes. But you have a way of exceeding expectations, don't you? Well, enough. Let's have the chip, then.
I have some questions.
I'll be happy to satisfy your every curiosity once the platinum chip has been delivered.
I don't know what to do here.
Fine. Give me the chip and I'll pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
Fine.
Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious. So very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made.
What happens? Or what does the chip do?
Some things are more easily shown than told. Take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level, and you'll see what I mean. Don't worry, you'll like what you see. We have much to accomplish, you and I. Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would. I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now.
Yeah.
The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms and shrapnel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by glassing housing, is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun. All of this you probably already knew. What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and air targets at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss.
Oh.
Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the Strip.
Why share your handler like that? Now your enemies know what you're up to.
I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen. I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself.
What happens next?
To secure the future of New Vegas, I must have your assistance. The work ahead is dangerous, but you weather danger well.
Let me ask questions.
What did you want?
I'm surprised you haven't asked what became of Benny.
That's because he ceased to be relevant when you recovered the platinum chip. Revenge doesn't interest me. Progress does. Sorry to deny you a moment of primate triumph, but you'll have to go elsewhere to sound your barbaric yawp. What else did you want to discuss?
How will the NCR defend Hoover Dam?
General Oliver's strategy, or tunnel vision, as I like to call it, has been to mass troops at Hoover Dam. He wants to outfight the Legion in a straightforward slugging match, and then, when they rout, pursue and destroy them in detail. A crushing, decisive victory of this sort would overshadow the tactical ingenuity of Chief Hanlon's defense 4 years ago, you see.
What's your battle plan for the dam?
A good deal should be obvious to you by now. I won't spoil the rest by talking out of turn.
Something else?
What else?
Do you know I killed some white gloves who were eating their customers?
Cannibalism was strictly forbidden in their contract. If some of them broke that stricture, they deserved whatever punishment you dealt them. What else did you want to discuss?
Were you aware that the White Glove Society used to be cannibals?
Yes, of course. But refraining from those dietary practices.
I'm just saying
is a
that to get it out
primary
of the
requirement
conversation.
Of their contract. They've been good to their word. Put together one hell of a resort hotel, too. From what I hear, I'd want to eat at the Gourmand every night, if I were ambulatory. What else did you want to discuss?
What's your plans for New Vegas?
I've resurrected Vegas, spirit intact. What I need now is the ability to enforce my rightful claim. Not just against Caesar's Legion, by the way. In fact, the NCR is a more present and insidious threat.
How do you intend to enforce your claim to the city?
To enforce, one must have force, a position of strength. Years ago, when I detected NCR scouts roaming the Mojave, I could tell from their uniforms that these were no mere tribesmen. I knew it was only a matter of time before an army appeared to take control of the dam, and I knew my Securitrons wouldn't be enough to oppose them. And so I recruited the 3 families. Vegas belongs to me because I mustered enough strength to bring the NCR to the bargaining table.
Wasn't the NCR's army big enough to defeat your Securitrons and the 3 families?
Indeed it was, and still is, but not without taking significant casualties. Would Kimball and Oliver have traded the lives of hundreds of soldiers for absolute control of Hoover Dam? Oh, yes. They weren't afraid of me. They were afraid of Caesar, that attacking me would leave them vulnerable to a Legion offensive. And so they negotiated, not out of the kindness of their hearts, as they try to make it seem, because the calculus of power left no other choice.
What were your terms of your treaty?
NCR forces were permitted to occupy Hoover Dam and establish a military base at McCarran Airport. Well, it used to be one. They recognized my sovereignty over the Vegas Strip and agreed to supply electricity and water once their engineers repaired the dam. Written into the treaty were provisions that the NCR do nothing to prevent its soldiers and civilians from visiting the Strip. That's how I harnessed the NCR to my endeavor. Their occupation has been the engine of my growing economy.
You would go to war against the NCR?
The salient issue is that they will go to war with me, if given the chance. There's just one reason why the NCR hasn't contrived some outrage to justify invading the Strip. Caesar's Legion. The final battle between those two armies is fast approaching. I can't afford to let either side win on their terms. What else did you want to discuss?
What's the deal with the snow globes?
What of it? I enjoy them. There's something about a little diorama set inside a glass dome that I find pleasing. If you run across any out in the wastes, turn them in to Jane. She'll compensate you. What else did you want to discuss?
Where does New Vegas get all the electricity?
Hoover Dam, of course. A hydroelectric dam. The NCR had it up and running at 50% capacity within a year of occupying the dam. By treaty, New Vegas receives 5% of its output. More than enough. What else?
What was New Vegas like before the war?
It was a place of splendor.
Oh, not New Vegas, just
As
Vegas.
magnificent as today's Strip may seem, it's but a shadow of the neon paradise that was Las Vegas. I grew up not far from here, and though I traveled the old world extensively, I never found another place like it.
You said that you saved New Vegas. How?
By 2065, I deemed it a mathematical certainty that an atomic war would devastate the Earth within 15 years. Every projection I ran confirmed it. I knew I couldn't save the world, nor did I care to, but I could save Vegas, and in the process, perhaps save mankind. I set to work immediately. I thought I had plenty of time to prepare. As it turned out, I was 20 hours short.
What preparations did you make to save Las Vegas?
On the day of the Great War, 77 atomic warheads targeted Las Vegas and its surrounding areas. My networked mainframes were able to predict and force transmit disarm code subsets to 59 warheads,
Wow.
neutralizing them before impact. Laser cannons mounted on the roof of the Lucky 38 destroyed another 9 warheads. The rest got through, though none hit the city itself. A suboptimal performance, admittedly. If only the platinum chip had arrived a day sooner.
Huh. That's a lot of warheads to hit this area, considering that we know that some of the other areas in America were not hit quite as hard and had like higher military stuff going on. Like there was just like the Boomer Nellis Airport over there that was, I guess, a military base. The only other reason I can think that there would be so many warheads would be because of Mr. House himself, and whoever was in control of these warheads was aiming them at Mr. House. There's a lot of talk within the Fallout community, like theories and stuff going around that neither China nor America set the first atomic bomb. They just responded when bombs hit. And I think one of the theories out there is that Vault-Tec actually set off the first few nuclear warheads to cause some of this. And I can see Vault Tech wanting to get rid of Mr. House and sending that many towards him in particular. But that's hard to say. That's all theory, conjecture. I have no proof or anything. Just theories. Anyway, why didn't the Platinum Chip arrive on time?
The Platinum Chip was printed in Sunnyvale, California on October 22nd, 2077, the day before the Great War. It was to have been delivered by courier the following afternoon. But by then, the world had ended. The chip contained vital software upgrades, but not just for my Securitrons. Every aspect of the missile defense grid would have been upgraded too. Given that I had to make do with buggy software, the outcome could have been worse. I nearly died as it was.
How did you nearly die defending Vegas?
Software glitches set off a cascade of system crashes. I had to take the Lucky 38's reactor offline, lest it melt down. For nearly 5 years, I battled power outages and more system crashes until I finally managed to reboot my data core with an older version of the OS. I spent the next few decades in a veritable coma, but I survived, obviously, and eventually thrived.
Talk about something else.
What else?
Talk about that mission.
The next step will require you to infiltrate Caesar's camp at Fortification Hill.
What do you want me to do there?
I want you to open a hatch in the basement of the derelict weather station atop Fortification Hill. You'll recognize it on sight. The hatch bears the logo of the Lucky 38, same as the Platinum Chip.
What's inside the hatch?
Something very important. I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise, so don't bother asking.
I just asked, though. How do I open it?
You can't, but the chip can. The hatch will recognize the Platinum Chip and open sesame.
Why should I be working for you?
I'm not offering you an incentive as crude as money, though there'll be plenty of that. What I'm offering you is a ground floor opportunity in the most important enterprise on Earth. What I'm offering is a future. For you, and for what remains of the human race.
Alright.
Here, take the Platinum Chip again. You will need it. Upon arrival at the fort, it's likely that you'll be searched and the chip taken from you. Don't worry, it will come back to you.
Okay.
If it isn't our favorite VIP.
I guess you're nice to me now.
Congratulations, partner. The boss has instructed me to comp you to the High Roller Suite. You can bring your friends too. Be like a little clubhouse for the gang you put together. Just bear in mind, you're the only one gets to see the boss. Any friends you got, they can wait in the suite. Enjoy the digs, partner. They're plenty fancy.
Presidential suite? I guess that's where? I think the casino is the ground floor, and then the lounge is like a little bit different. I guess this would be it, wouldn't it? Wow. Big old bathrooms. Is this whole place? I mean, I guess it has to be. There's lots of beds here, though. The whole place would have to be the, that's empty. This is one of the player-owned, housing areas. There, I did see something. So, like, you can just, you know, live here, really. Like, you can drop your stuff off here and just use it as another place to store places at. Huh. That's where the snow globes are, in that other room. Lots of cigarettes.
What floor, partner?
Casino. Wrestling, where are you going?
Nelson's back in our hand.
Hi. How do we move around? That's all.
I hope we can defend it this time.
It's doing weird stuff. Hi.
Pleasure.
Excuse me, but are you the courier who caused all of that trouble in the tops?
Probably. Yes.
Oh, great. The followers of the apocalypse, well, some of us anyway, have been interested in Mr. House's technology, how he stays alive. Of course, no one else is allowed inside the Lucky 38, so no one knows what's going on. Well, except for you.
This is where I come in.
Right. We just want to find out what sort of technology Mr. House has used to stay alive for all these years. It could be of great benefit to the people we try to help, many of whom suffer from hard-to-diagnose illnesses.
Dr. Taco diagnosis during low discussion of caps in this conversation. I'm not gonna do that. Alright, I'm on it.
Really? Oh, I wasn't expecting you to agree so easily. That's great. Here, take this packet sniffer. It'll allow us to intercept data on Mr. House's network. You might have to manually remove the encryption from his data network, but hopefully you won't have too much trouble. Good luck.
So that happened.
That one must be important around here.
Check that out. She just left the Lucky 38.
Oh yeah, I did.
Damn, and she looks good to me too.
Oh. Thanks.
Without leadership, fiends are as... Nelson's back in our hands, but we can defend it this time.
I'm a bit confused because I thought the NCR was supposed to talk to us.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Well, with you. It's a very
Okay.
important matter, and I have a strong feeling you're the perfect person for the job.
I think I've got it. So I think what's supposed to happen is that NCR guy who was right at the entrance of Lucky 38 was supposed to tell me to go to the NCR embassy, but he forgot because he got nervous or something. I'm not sure. So I just came here anyway because I was pretty sure the NCR questline is supposed to start up like really soon around here. This is like the diverging paths area where like you start getting the different quests and then the other factions are going to be upset if you do too much stuff for them. Anyway, listening.
I'm sure you've noticed that things are a little tense around here with all the issues between the NCR, the Legion, and Mr. House.
Yes.
It doesn't take a genius to see that something big is going to happen soon.
Yes.
To be honest with you, the NCR is in a tight spot. But if we fail now, it's the people here that are going to suffer the most. I'm not willing to let that happen, and I don't think you're the kind of person that would either.
You have my attention.
To the northeast is a settlement. The locals here call them boomers. They are sitting on a munitions stockpile that would be invaluable to us. I would like you to get in contact with them, and then do whatever it takes to convince them to help us. Unfortunately, the boomers keep to themselves and are, let's say, hostile to all outsiders.
I am
That's why I need
already
someone
best
like you.
friends with them.
Someone with your background and reputation would have a better chance of reaching them than anyone I have available. In exchange for your help, you would receive complete amnesty for any past crimes against the NCR, as well as additional benefits and perks. Do you think you would be able to do this for me?
Actually, I already know them. We're good friends.
That's excellent news. So they'll help us, right?
I'm not sure. I'll get back to you.
Let me know as soon as you have an answer from them.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. Now that I have the NCR questline, I can comfortably save. Okay. Right. I need to pick up my friends. I almost forgot about that. But I need to pick up my friends. It's important. I want them back. Okay, so it wanted me to bug an access point up here, and I think that was this. I remember clicking on this. Huh, well, there you go. Simple enough. By the way, I figured out that if I can just tell them...
Hey, have you been able to bug Mr. House's network yet?
Yep, I bugged it.
It looks like we started getting reports from the tower's network. I'm sure the others will be able to make some sense of this. Oh, what the hell? The bug went offline. Damn it! I swear to God that old man has thought of everything. Well, it looks like this was all for nothing. But you did your best. I appreciate the help.
Aw. Well, I mean... still got stuff, I guess. Okay, so I have decided to do this quest just for now. I'm definitely not going to side with the Legion, but I do want to go there with Arcade in my group because apparently I can get some points with Arcade. And also I've never actually been there, so I kind of do want to see what it looks like. And this is now neutral to me. The Legion doesn't hate me currently because of, you know, Caesar is like, hey, everything's okay just for now, even though the dead bodies I left here are still here. Look at this guy. So, yeah, I've never actually done this. I suppose you can call that a barge. I mean, I guess it is. Also, I didn't even realize this place was a thing over here. It's locked. Well, that doesn't really mean anything when you have like a ton of lockpicks. I guess this all is marked as stealing if I do take anything. That kind of sucks. Pardon me. Okay. So, I guess we're doing this then.
Awe, are you ready to head upriver?
Who are you?
I am Cursar Lucullus, and my orders are to escort you to the Legion's camp at Fortification Hill. Are you ready to go?
What'll happen at the fort?
You'll be meeting face to face with the mighty Caesar himself, founder of the Legion, conqueror of 86 tribes. To my knowledge, this is the first time Caesar has ever summoned one of the dissolute to see him. That it would be a woman is even more surprising.
What's a dissolute?
All who are not Legion are dissolute. They live in squalor, unrestrained by morality, lacking moderation, temper, and self-control. Their very existence is a blight on the common good. Even worse are the profligates, the subtype of dissolute one finds this side of the river. They hold themselves to be civilized, when in fact they are corrupt and self-interested. The truth will be made clear to them soon enough.
What have I done to earn this honor?
You'd know better than I would, but you must be remarkable for Caesar to take such an interest.
Alright, I'll go.
The trip will take a few hours. Take your place on the boat.
Okay. Okay.
Wait a second. What's going on?
Hi, Arcade.
Am I playing
That's
Virgil to
called
Dante?
personal...
I'd like to assume that we're tiptoeing into the mouth of hell out of
It's called
academic
personal
curiosity,
space, and you're violating
but I'm
it.
not so open-minded that I've lost my brains. Short of canceling our imminent travel plans, that's the best thing you could have said. Just be careful. If we travel at Caesar's pleasure, he may not let us out as easily as he lets us in.
By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items. This order also extends to the platinum chip you carry. For now.
Why can't I just continue on?
Caesar strictly forbids the use of chems and alcohol. By his order, all visitors must also relinquish their arms upon entry. If you come in peace, then there is no reason to not disarm. You will not be harmed unless Caesar wills it.
Keep holdout weapons.
Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave. Awe.
Well, we lost that. Oh yeah, this is a lovely thing to see when I